Did you know that last year Amazon ads grew by 30%? If you are running ads on Amazon, what worked 2, even 3 years ago no longer works as powerfully as it once did due to the market becoming more competitive and more brands are running Amazon ads. However, I'm going to share with you the power of having a strategy behind your Amazon ads. And while AI and proprietary softwares may claim to be the best, what can really give you a leg up is a solid strategy. One brand we started running ads for on Amazon in the natural personal care niche, we first wanted to work on taking brand control. So they were having issues with a lot of other sellers on their listing, and if you haven't already, make sure to watch that video here where I show you kind of more how to gain brand control on Amazon if that's where you're currently at. Now that that issue is taken care of, we did make sure to optimize their listing as well. They had one core product that they really wanted to start with. They eventually obviously wanted to continue to build out and did build out their product line. But in order for them to build out their product line, it was important that their core, their hero product, really grew in sales on Amazon. So after we optimized the listing content and watch my last video here to learn more about how to do that, we then started running ads to really drive more sales growth because the biggest issue now was that the listing was optimized, but they wanted to get the listing seen by more people that were ready to buy. So by the end of the second year after launching the new listing, we saw over 1.5 million in ad impressions. And the ROAS, return on ad spend on average, was between a 4 and a 6 throughout the whole year. Now the ad sales alone were over 200,000 in that first full year, and that doesn't include organic sales for just one product. They were also able to gain the top 3 organic spot for their most relevant keywords. That was like the highest search volume keyword that they really wanted to position themselves for. And I'm going to share with you later why that is important. Now, if you've ever felt like you have taken dollar bills and burned them up, that might be the feeling that you've experienced when you're running ads on Amazon. If you're not creating a strategy behind how your ads on Amazon and campaigns are running, you will be actually throwing a lot of money around and not just seeing the results that you really want to. And unfortunately, it's way too common for brands that are advertising on Amazon. Now, we've seen the challenges, and maybe you're facing some of these today with your Amazon ads. You think that the ad spend could be used maybe more efficiently, or maybe you aren't really sure what is working, but you're afraid that if you stop or pause anything with your ads, that would kill your sales completely. So you just let them continue to run, and you don't have a method and a strategy and a plan behind the campaigns that are running. In today's video, I'm going to share with you musts for driving Amazon ads for sales growth. Now, one of the first things that we ask clients that we work with is that you need to think through as your brand, as the CEO or the CMO that's watching this, what is my break-even ROAS, return on ad spend? You might even need to break this further down by ASIN or by product, because most likely if you have a handful of products in your catalog, you're going to have some products that are going to be more profitable for you than others. Now, that's a good baseline to have before you even start running ads. Next, you want to determine the purpose of your ads. Now, typically, they'll fall into one of these 2 buckets. Is it growth or is it launching? If so, you might be willing to be at break even or even below for a short time with an end goal in mind. One of those goals would be obviously to show up sooner in searches for keywords that are most relevant to your product. The second bucket is that profitability bucket. That's typically a plan for when your product is established, it's been out for a while, there's already marketing that's been done for years on and off of Amazon. Now you just want your Amazon ads to work for you instead of losing you money. Now, I think that that's the bucket most of you will find yourselves in, unless you're a brand new brand with brand new products, or you're a brand that is looking to launch new products in your product line. Strategy. This is one of the most neglected steps in driving Amazon ads for sales growth that we see. So there are many tools and AI features that are out there for Amazon ads, and that all have these great features, but without a clear strategy behind the campaigns and how they're set up and how they're structured, that's actually going to lead to minimal results. You will see some results, but you just won't see as much as you could. And we've reviewed a lot of Amazon ads over the years that have been managed by companies that have, proprietary softwares and AI doing things like that. And one thing that we've seen stifling growth on Amazon are campaigns that are really barely being touched, and then they don't have a strategy behind what they're targeting. And it's kind of like that, proverbial, let's throw spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. So there are things that will stick and things that will work, but usually the account hasn't been given the attention it needs to take things to the next level. So sales are kind of staying similar without actually seeing that real good growth. Now, I mentioned earlier about a brand that we worked with that was able to get the top 3 organic placement for their primary relevant keyword. And one of the reasons it was able to get movement and higher up in search results was because it was in the copy in strategic places. But the second reason is that we did pair that with targeting inside ad campaigns. So if you're trying to show up sooner in searches organically, as long as your listing is converting well for that keyword, then that means it's a relevant keyword. And then you should start seeing good results for targeting that keyword on your paid ad side in Amazon. And you'll also want to make sure that you're tracking those keywords, because obviously you can't improve what you're not measuring. And while you can manually type in one of the main keywords, that gets much harder when you have a list of keywords that you're trying to show up on page 1 for. So it's best to really use like a tool to track where you show up on searches. And we like tools that will also show you the placement on the paid ads side as well. Now, lastly, build out what you will need to do in order to ensure that your keywords are built in campaigns that are actually converting and giving you results in showing up higher in organic searches. And they should be then actually moved into their own campaign. So the last thing that you want to do is to have too many keywords in one campaign. And this is especially true if you're in a competitive space. As I know, a lot of natural personal care brands that's a lot that we work with primarily. But because you could have those expensive keywords that aren't getting sales, they're going to actually use up a lot of your spend. And then the keywords that you do convert on, they're either going to only spend a little bit of money, or worse, the budget's basically going to be running out, so they don't even get much spend at all. And that's a result of poor campaign structuring. So as you should be building out your campaigns and moving what converts into their own campaigns, that's kind of part of how you should be handling campaigns. Now, there's much more obviously that could be said for this step because there's a lot of strategy behind it, but for the purposes of this video, I want to give you a higher level view of what should be happening with your Amazon ads to make sure that you're driving more sales growth in a way that's also sustainable and even profitable for your brand. Now, if you want to learn more about what metrics you should be tracking for your Amazon ads, I think you'll find this next video helpful. And this is talking about the metrics that you need to be measuring for your Amazon ads.